fog came in before the men did. It moved across the water without weight. It touched the headland, and the headland did not know. It touched the bell rope, and the bell did not ring. The fog knew what the coast did not. Some things see before the eye sees. Some things keep the secret short. The fog knew first, the bell knew late. The shore was already at the gate. Þokan vissi fyrst, klukka seint. Strönd var þegar við liðið. The gulls turned inland an hour before dawn. The dogs in the village stopped at the door. The man on the watch wrapped his cloak twice. He could not say why he was cold. The fog knew, and the fog did not say. There is a quiet that is not peace. It is the quiet of the room before the door opens. It is the quiet the deer holds when it has heard the hunter, but not yet seen him. The fog knew first, the bell knew late. The shore was already at the gate. Þokan vissi fyrst, klukka seint. Strönd var þegar við liðið. Strönd var þegar við liðið.
We knew the sound before the shape. A wood that moves on water makes a different breath. The boy on the rock said it first. He said the sea is breathing strangely tonight. We thought the sea was tired. The sea was not tired. The sea was carrying. We did not see the sails before the sound. We heard the rope before we found the rope. Vitsam eigi seglin fyrr en hljóðið. Heyrðum reipið áður, vitfundum reipið.
The mother put down the bread she was kneading. The smith stopped his hammer mid-strike and listened.
The dog by the door turned its head to the bay. None of us spoke.
The sea was telling us something we could not yet see. The boy ran back from the rocks. He did not say what he had seen.
He did not need to.
We saw it on his face. A child does not run that way for nothing.
We did not see the sails before the sound. We heard the road before we found the road. Við sá megi seglin fyrr en hljóðið. Heyrðum reipið áður, vitfundum reipið. We did not see the sails before the sound. We heard the rope before we found the rope. Við sá megi seglin fyrr en hljóðið. Heyrðum reipið áður, vitfundum reipið.
The mast came up before the hull was seen. We rose into the morning we had counted on. The fog held us like a hand that knew our shape. We did not break the silence. The mast told the coast we had arrived. The wood above the water speaks before the iron has to. The mast above the mist is the first word said. The hull will speak the rest before the day is dead. Segl yfir þoku fyrsta orðið mælt. Skrokkur mun mæla afgang fyrr en dagur dauður. We knew the bell would ring too late. We knew the watchman could not run far enough to matter. The mast was the message, and we had sent it. The coast would read it now or never. We did not need to shout. Old Hákon at the steerboard did not look at the shore. He looked at the mast above us He had counted these mornings before. He said quietly so only the helmsman heard, "This one will not be remembered as the worst." The mast above the mist is the first word said. The hull will speak the rest before the day is dead. Segl út reyfir þoku fyrsta orðið mælt. Skrokkur mun mæla afgang fyrr en dagur dauður. The dawn rose the way dawn always rose, pale across the water and slow across the field. We had asked the sky to come quickly so we could see. The sky obliged, and we wished it had not. The light we had wanted was the light that gave us away. Dawn was the mistake we did not know we made. We prayed for sight, and sight came with the blade.
Dögun var mistökin sem við vissum megi. Báðum sín og sín kom með sverði.
The fishermen who had risen before the light saw the sails before the rest of us. They did not call out. They walked back to the village without running. Some news arrives faster on quiet feet.
The grandmother lit the morning fire. She did not know yet what the dawn had brought. She blew the embers patient as she always did. She would die before the bread was risen, and she did not know she was making her last bread.
Dawn was the mistake we did not know we made. We prayed for sight, and sight came with the blade.
Dögun var mistökin sem við vissum megi. Báðum sín og sín kom með sverði.
makes the morning is the cloth we sewed. We dyed it black so the dawn would carry our shape. Against the gray sky we are not warning, we are a rival. The shore can name us by our color now. Black cloth against gray sky needs no horn. We did not come to be unseen. We came to be the sight you will remember. Black cloth against gray sky, the sea has chosen us. The shore will know our color as the only color left. Svart klæði móti grám himni, sjórinn hefur kosið oss. Strönd skal vita lit, vann sem eina lit eftir. The boy on the foredeck is 16 and his hands are steady. He has waited 2 winters for this shape against the sky. He does not pray and he does not boast. He ties the rope the way his father tied the rope. The black cloth above him does not move. Old Hakon told the boy the night before, the first raid is the one you remember. Not for what you did, but for what you saw before you did anything. The black cloth above the gray sky. That is the picture you keep.
Black cloth against gray sky, the sea has chosen us.
The shore will know our color as the only color left.
Svart klæði móti grám himni, sjórinn hefur kosið oss.
Strönd skal vita lit, vann sem eina lit eftir. The shore will know our color as the only color left.
Svart klæði móti grám himni, sjórinn hefur kosið oss.
Strönd skal vita lit, vann sem eina lit eftir. To the bell tower without her shoes.
Her feet bled on the stone she had walked on for years.
She pulled the rope with both hands and her whole weight.
The bell rang once and the bell rang twice. The bell stopped because she saw. Some warnings are not for the village. Some warnings are for the warning itself.
The bell was already late before the rope was found. The sound went out across the bay and made no sound.
Klukka var þegar of seint áður reipið var fundið.
Ljóðið fór yfir flóa og gerði ekkert hljóð. The men below heard the bell and they did not run to arms. They ran to their wives and their children and their doors.
A bell at this hour and at this number of strikes
means something the village had not been told. To expect the men knew without being told.
The girl in the bell tower looked once more at the bay. She counted the sails the way her mother taught her to count sheep. She got to 17 and stopped counting. Not because there were no more, because there is no number after enough.
The bell was already late before the rope was found. The sound went out across the bay and made no sound.
Klukka var þegar of seint áður reipið var fundið.
Ljóðið fór yfir flóa og gerði ekkert hljóð. Before they saw us, and that is the gift. Old Hakon at the steerboard counts the houses on the cliff. There are 9 and there is one with smoke from the morning fire. He marks them in his head, the way he marks the tides. The boy on the foredeck sees the bell tower and tells him,
there is a woman among us. Her name is not in this song.
We saw them before they saw us. The morning made it so.
The sea gave us the picture before the picture made the sound.
Við þá fyrr en þeir sáu oss.
Sjórinn gaf oss myndina fyrir mynd gerði hljóð. The shield maiden at midship does not lift her shield yet. She watches the bell tower and she sees the figure in it. She does not say what she sees. She She has seen the same shape in herself 2 raids ago. A girl pulling a rope she will not finish pulling.
Old Håkon tells the boy what to look for. Look for the man who does not run. He is the one who knows. The runners are the ones who think they can outrun what is coming. The man who does not run has already understood. Aim their last. We saw them before they saw us. The morning made it so.
The sea gave us the picture before the picture made the sound.
Við þá fyrr en þeir sáu oss.
Sjórinn gaf oss myndina fyrir en mynd gerðir hljóð.
We saw them before they saw us. The morning made it so.
The sea gave us the picture before the picture made the sound.
Við þá fyrr en þeir sáu oss.
Sjórinn gaf oss myndina fyrir en mynd gerði hljóð.
Headland stood the way it had always stood, a grey wall against grey sea, against grey sky. It hid no one, and it sheltered no one. It was a witness with stone for a body. It watched the ships come, and it did not turn its face. Stone does not warn.
Stone keeps the day it sees.
The headland did not hide what the headland could see. The cliff kept the morning that the morning would not keep. Höfðu leyndi eigið því sem höfðu sá.
Bjarg geymdi morgun sem morgun vildi eigi geyma.
The cliff has the names of forgotten ships in its lichen. It has the rust of arrows from older raids in its cracks. It has the salt of older blood worn smooth into its face. The cliff does not remember the way men remember. The cliff keeps the morning by being the morning stone.
A small bird nested in the cliff that day. She did not move when the sails passed. She had laid her eggs 3 weeks before. She knew nothing of black cloth or of dawn, but she would feel the day after through the silence that follows the village she could see from her.
The headland did not hide what the headland could see.
The cliff kept the morning that the morning would not keep.
Höfðilegn í eigið því sem höfði sá.
Bjargeim di morgun sem morgun vildi eigi geima.
Promise made the winter we were home. Each sailor promise kept the morning we were sea. We swore beside the fire to
Come and we have come.
We swore to the women who would not see us off.
We swore to the men too old to row beside us.
A promise on dry land is a debt the sea collects. Each sailor promise kept, no sail is here by chance.
The fleet you see was sworn before
The fleet you see
could move.
Vårt segl høytallet, ekkert segl her av tilviljen.
Flåten som du ser vart svaren för en flåten got farit.
Each sailor promise kept, no
Sail is here by chance.
The fleet you see was sworn before the fleet you see could move. The sail of old Haakon was sworn the night his son was born. The sail of the boy on the foredeck was sworn his first winter standing.
The sail of the shield maiden was sworn over her father's grave.
The sail above the helmsman
Was sworn before his father's was.
Every sail above us is older than the cloth it wears. The youngest oarsman thinks of his sister. She held his hand at the door and did not say goodbye. She said, "Come back with something I can sell." He laughed because he knew what she meant. He did not laugh now because he knew what she meant. Each sailor promise kept, no
Sail is here by chance.
The fleet you see was sworn before the
Fleet you see could move.
Vårt segl høytallet, ekkert segl her av tilviljen.
Flåten som du ser var svaren för en flåten got farit.
The watchman saw the fleet at the third hour before the bell. He counted them, and he did not move. He had been the watchman for 19 years, and he was old. He had run twice before in his younger life, and he had survived twice. He did not run this time.
There is a kind of seeing that makes the body decide.
The watchman did not run because the watchman knew. A man with a watch in his hands does not put the watch down.
Vörðurinn rann eigi því að vörðurinn vissi. Maður með vakt í höndum leggur eigi vakt frá.
He thought of his wife who would not wake until the noise reached her. He thought of his daughter who had married into the next valley. He thought of nothing else. The fleet came on, and he did not look away. He had been given a watch, and the watch was being kept.
The watchman's wife in the village below was the woman who had taught him to count gulls. She had counted gulls so he would have something to do on long days.
She did not know that on this day he was counting long ships exactly the way
she had taught him to count gulls.
The watchman did not run because the watchman knew.
A man with the watch in his hands does not put the watch down. Vörðurinn rann eigi því að vörðurinn vissi. Maður með vakt í höndum leggur eigi vakt frá.
The watchman did not run. The watchman did not run because the watchman knew. A man with the watch in his hands does not put the watch down.
Vörðurinn rann eigi því að vörðurinn vissi. Maður með vakt í höndum leggur eigi vakt frá.
The fleet is closer than the hour before. The shore is closer than the hour before. The bell that did not ring is closer than its silence. The watchman's cliff is closer than his patience. Distance is the thing the morning is taking back. Time was the only thing between the two. Time is the thing the sea collects first. Every oar pull is a foot of shore taken. Every breath the watchman takes is a foot of shore given. Every wave that lifts the longship is a yard of village. Every gull that rises is a moment less to wait.
Closer than the hour before, closer than the breath, closer than the saying of the word that means the death.
När en stunden fyr, när en anden, när en natt säger ordet som mörker döden. The shield maiden tightens her grip on the oar one notch. The boy on the foredeck stops describing what he sees. The watchman on the cliff stops, moving his lips in prayer. Old Haukon counts to 12 and sets his jaw at 12. The morning has stopped being morning and become the thing morning was for.
A woman in the village who had not yet seen the sea that day was hanging cloth to dry on the line her husband had tied. She stopped because she heard her own breathing too loudly. She did not know why she had stopped. Her body knew before her mind would let her ask. Closer than the hour before, closer than the breath, closer than the saying of the word that means the death.
När en stunden fyr, när en anden, när en natt säger ordet som mörker döden. Watchmen and the sea has seen them first. Black cloth, the bell became silent. The land tried the watchman, and the watchman became the watch. The land tried the morning, and the morning became the gate. What? The land tried, the sea brought through the trying. There is a moment in every raid that is not the moment of the blade. It is the moment the sea touches the shore, and the shore knows it is shore, and the sea knows it is sea, and the line between has nothing to say.
The sea brought what the land could not stop. The shore was the picture the sea had to drop.
Shåren för det satsen land gav eiste vad strund var mynten som shåren var da fella. Hands on the oars did not tire. The youngest oarsman had not slept the night before. The shield maiden had pulled twice as hard the third hour out. Old Hakon at the steerboard had not eaten since dawn. None of their hands had tired. The body lasts on the journey. What it cannot last is the thing the journey was for. Hands on the oars did not tire. The wood took the weight. The hands that did not tire on the oars will tire on the gate. Hendur á árum þreyttu steigi viðrin tók byrðina. Hendur sem þreyttu steigi á árum munu þreytast við hliðið. There is a tiredness that does not come from the muscle. It comes from the knowing of what the muscle was for. The boy on the foredeck thinks of his sister now. The shield maiden thinks of the girl in the bell tower. Old Hakon thinks of the morning. He stops saying he would stop. Old Hakon at the steerboard speaks for the second time today. This one will not be remembered as the worst. He says it the way he said it at dawn. He says it for himself this time. The helmsman does not answer. Hands on the oars did not tire. The wood took the weight. The hands that did not tire on the oars will tire on the gate. Hendur á árum þreyttu steigi viðrin tók byrðina. Hendur sem þreyttu steigi á árum munu þreytast við hliðið.
Their drums before the village did. Stone hears low sound the way water carries it. The drums roll through the headland and into the bone of the rock.
The watchman on the cliff felt the drums through his soles.
He did not need to hear them with his ears.
There is a hearing the body does,
that the ear is not invited to. The cliff heard their drums and the cliff did not warn.
The bone in the watchman heard what the bell could no longer warn.
Bjarg heyrði trommur þeirra og bjarg varaði eigi.
Beinið í verðinum heyrði það sem klukka gat eigi varað. The boy on the rocks who had said the sea was breathing strangely
was sitting now beside the small bird's nest on the ledge. He had climbed there for no reason he could name. He had wanted to be high.
The drums in the stone passed through him as they passed through the cliff.
The cliff was the oldest thing on the coast that day.
It had heard drums before.
It had heard bells before.
It had heard ships before.
The cliff did not grieve,
but it remembered.
And remembering is the grief stone is allowed. The cliff heard their drums and the cliff did not warn.
The bone in the watchman heard what the bell could no longer warn.
Bjarg heyrði trombur þeirra og bjarg varaði eigi.
Beinið í verðinum heyrði það sem klukka gat eigi varað.
Heard their drums and the cliff did not warn.
The bone in the watchman heard what the bell could no longer warn.
Bjarg heyrði trombur þeirra og bjarg varaði eigi.
Beinið í verðinum heyrði það sem klukka gat eigi varað. Dawn stopped being a mercy when the morning gave them away. The fog knew first, and the bell knew late, and the cliff remembered the rest. The watchman did not run because the watchman knew. The boy on the foredeck saw what he was sworn to see. An old Hakon, who said this would not be remembered as the worst, said it again at the gate, and the gate did not answer. What dawn was for, dawn became, and mercy was the thing the morning had to drop. Dawn stopped being a mercy when the sea had brought what came.
The shore was already at the gate before the gate had heard its name.
Dögun hætti að vera miskunn sjórinn förði það sem kom.
Strönd var þegar við hliðið fyrr, en hliðið hafði heyrt nafn sitt.
The fog kept the morning the way it kept it at the start. The cliff kept the drums the way it kept the older drums. The bell did not ring twice in the same morning. The watchman did not put the watch down. The fleet did not turn back. And the morning, having done what mornings on this coast had done, became one more morning the cliff would remember.
There is a moment after every raid that is not the moment of the silence. It is the moment the sea begins to forget, and the shore begins to keep, and the line between has nothing left to say, because the line between has said everything.
Dawn stopped being a mercy. The shore